The 1958 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ25 represented one of the most important stages in Toyota's early journey toward becoming a global automotive powerhouse. Long before the Land Cruiser became known around the world as one of the toughest and most dependable four-wheel drive vehicles ever built, it was a simple, rugged machine designed with a single purpose in mind: to conquer terrain where ordinary vehicles could not travel. The FJ25 embodied durability, reliability, and mechanical simplicity, qualities that would define the Land Cruiser name for decades to come. Although produced during an era when Japan was still rebuilding its economy after the Second World War, the FJ25 demonstrated that Japanese engineering could compete with the world's best off-road vehicles. The origins of the Land Cruiser trace back to the early 1950s when Toyota was tasked with producing a rugged four-wheel drive vehicle suitable for military and government use. Inspired by the American military Jeep but engineered with Toyota's own ideas and manufacturing techniques, the first BJ prototype proved that Japanese engineers could create a capable off-road vehicle from the ground up. One of the most famous demonstrations of its capability occurred when the prototype successfully climbed to the 6th station of Mount Fuji, something no standard vehicle had previously accomplished. This achievement attracted significant attention and established confidence in Toyota's engineering capabilities. As development continued throughout the 1950s, Toyota refined its four-wheel drive vehicles to make them more reliable, comfortable, and practical for civilian applications. The company recognized that while military and government agencies represented an important market, farmers, construction companies, mining operations, forestry services, and international buyers also required dependable vehicles capable of operating in harsh environments. The FJ25 emerged during this period of continuous improvement. It combined lessons learned from earlier Land Cruiser models with numerous engineering refinements that enhanced reliability without sacrificing ruggedness. Toyota focused on creating a vehicle that could survive years of punishment with minimal maintenance. Every component was designed with simplicity in mind, allowing repairs to be performed using basic tools even in remote locations. Externally, the 1958 FJ25 displayed the unmistakable styling that would become synonymous with early Land Cruisers. Its upright body, flat panels, round headlights, and functional proportions reflected practicality rather than fashion. Every line served a purpose. The high ground clearance improved off-road capability, while short front and rear overhangs increased approach and departure angles. Wide fenders accommodated large off-road tires, and the simple steel body could withstand impacts far better than more delicate passenger cars. The front grille became one of the most recognizable elements of the vehicle. Vertical slats, robust construction, and large round headlights gave the FJ25 a confident appearance. Unlike luxury automobiles that emphasized chrome decoration, the Land Cruiser's styling communicated strength and dependability. Owners valued function over appearance, although many came to appreciate the timeless design that remains iconic today. One of the defining characteristics of the FJ25 was its ladder frame chassis. Constructed from heavy-duty steel, the frame formed the backbone of the vehicle and enabled it to withstand twisting forces encountered during off-road driving. Whether climbing rocky trails, crossing rivers, or navigating muddy forests, the frame maintained structural integrity under conditions that would damage ordinary vehicles. Suspension design emphasized durability rather than ride comfort. Solid axles combined with leaf springs allowed significant articulation while maintaining exceptional load-carrying capacity. Although passengers experienced a firm ride on paved roads, the suspension excelled on rough terrain where strength mattered more than luxury. Farmers, explorers, and engineers appreciated this balance because it meant fewer breakdowns and longer service life. Powering the 1958 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ25 was Toyota's legendary F-Series engine, a large displacement inline-six gasoline engine renowned for producing abundant low-end torque. This engine became famous for its reliability and ability to operate under extreme conditions. Whether working in deserts, mountains, tropical jungles, or freezing climates, the engine consistently delivered dependable performance. Rather than pursuing high horsepower figures, Toyota engineers concentrated on torque production at low engine speeds. Off-road driving requires controlled power delivery rather than outright speed, and the F-Series engine excelled in precisely these conditions. Drivers could climb steep inclines, tow heavy equipment, or crawl across rocky terrain without placing excessive strain on the engine. Cooling systems were carefully engineered to withstand prolonged operation under heavy loads. Large radiators, durable water pumps, and generous cooling capacity prevented overheating even in hot climates where vehicles often operated continuously for extended periods. This reliability made the FJ25 particularly attractive to mining companies, agricultural organizations, and government agencies working in remote regions. Fuel delivery remained intentionally simple, relying on a carburetor that mechanics could easily service. While modern electronic fuel injection offers numerous advantages, the carbureted engine allowed field repairs without specialized diagnostic equipment. In many developing countries where advanced repair facilities were unavailable, this simplicity became a major advantage. The manual transmission reflected Toyota's commitment to strength and dependability. Carefully selected gear ratios allowed drivers to maintain control across a wide variety of terrain. First gear provided exceptional pulling power for steep climbs and difficult obstacles, while higher gears enabled comfortable highway travel for the standards of the era. Complementing the transmission was a robust transfer case that distributed power to both front and rear axles. Drivers could engage four-wheel drive whenever additional traction became necessary. Low-range gearing multiplied engine torque, allowing the vehicle to crawl over rocks, deep mud, and loose sand with remarkable confidence. The four-wheel drive system itself represented one of the Land Cruiser's defining strengths. Rather than relying on complex electronics or automatic systems, mechanical engagement ensured dependable operation regardless of weather conditions. Simplicity reduced the likelihood of failure and made repairs straightforward when maintenance became necessary. Front and rear solid axles further enhanced durability. These heavy-duty components could withstand impacts that would damage more delicate suspension systems. Although solid axles sacrificed some ride comfort compared to independent suspension, they offered exceptional strength and predictable handling under demanding conditions. Braking performance reflected the engineering standards of the late 1950s. Drum brakes at all four wheels provided adequate stopping power while remaining relatively easy to maintain. Skilled mechanics could rebuild brake systems using commonly available tools, another advantage in remote operating environments. Inside the cabin, functionality took precedence over luxury. The dashboard featured large, easy-to-read gauges that provided essential information including speed, engine temperature, fuel level, and oil pressure. Switches and controls were positioned for straightforward operation, even while wearing work gloves. Seats emphasized durability over softness. Upholstery materials resisted dirt, moisture, and heavy use. Although long-distance comfort could not match modern SUVs, the seats performed well during demanding work assignments where practicality mattered most. Large windows improved visibility, an essential requirement during off-road driving. Drivers needed clear sightlines to accurately position the vehicle over rocks, through forests, or across narrow mountain trails. The upright windshield and generous glass area contributed significantly to confidence behind the wheel. Ventilation systems relied largely upon natural airflow. Opening side windows and roof vents helped maintain comfortable cabin temperatures in warm climates. While air conditioning remained uncommon for utility vehicles of the era, thoughtful ventilation design reduced driver fatigue during extended journeys. Cargo capacity represented another important strength of the FJ25. The rear compartment could transport tools, supplies, agricultural equipment, or camping gear with ease. Foldable seating arrangements in certain body styles increased versatility by allowing owners to prioritize passenger space or cargo volume depending on the day's requirements. Toyota offered several body configurations to satisfy different customer needs. Hardtop versions protected occupants from harsh weather while providing improved security for valuable equipment. Soft-top models appealed to military organizations and outdoor users who valued open-air flexibility. Pickup and utility variants further expanded the Land Cruiser's appeal across commercial markets. By 1958, Toyota had begun exporting Land Cruisers to international markets where demand for rugged vehicles continued to grow. Countries with limited road infrastructure quickly recognized the advantages offered by the FJ25. Construction companies used them to reach isolated job sites. Farmers relied upon them during harvest seasons. Government agencies employed them for infrastructure development, emergency response, and law enforcement. Australia became one of the Land Cruiser's earliest success stories outside Japan. The country's harsh environment presented ideal conditions for testing vehicle durability. Long distances, extreme temperatures, rough roads, and remote settlements demanded exceptional reliability. The FJ25 earned respect by consistently completing journeys that challenged less capable vehicles. Across Africa, the Land Cruiser found widespread acceptance among humanitarian organizations, medical services, and exploration teams. Remote villages often lacked paved roads entirely, making dependable four-wheel drive transportation essential. The FJ25's mechanical simplicity allowed local mechanics to maintain vehicles despite limited access to sophisticated equipment or replacement parts. South American customers also embraced the Land Cruiser. Mountain roads crossing the Andes, dense rainforests, and rugged agricultural regions required vehicles capable of enduring severe punishment. The FJ25 demonstrated remarkable adaptability across these varied landscapes, helping establish Toyota's reputation throughout the continent. The Middle East provided another important market. Desert conditions subjected vehicles to intense heat, blowing sand, and long-distance travel across isolated terrain. The Land Cruiser's durable engine, effective cooling system, and strong drivetrain enabled reliable operation where mechanical failure could have life-threatening consequences. Toyota engineers continuously gathered feedback from customers operating under these demanding conditions. Rather than assuming existing designs were sufficient, they studied component wear, maintenance requirements, and user experiences to identify opportunities for improvement. This philosophy of continuous refinement became one of Toyota's defining characteristics and contributed significantly to the Land Cruiser's long-term success. Even today, automotive historians regard the 1958 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ25 as one of the vehicles that established Toyota's global reputation for quality, durability, and dependability. It was not the fastest vehicle of its time, nor the most luxurious, but it excelled where reliability mattered above all else. Its rugged engineering, practical design, and ability to operate almost anywhere laid the foundation for a legacy that continues with modern Land Cruiser models, making the FJ25 one of the true pioneers of the world's most respected four-wheel drive family.